So if you were to go into the street and ask 10 people what is Scientology auditing, you're going to probably get 10 wrong answers. Confession, hypnosis, interrogation, it's none of those things. But what is auditing? Well, auditing, the closest word to what you could think of what is auditing is it's like a type of counseling, okay? But in this video, we're going to do an introduction to auditing, okay? So basically, auditing is not, they're using the word counseling because it's basically, you could think of it as like counseling using a certain set of rules, and it's one person helping another person look at their own mind and their own existence, helping them confront what they are and who they are. And it uses very precise, what you might call procedures or processes, and it basically improves the person's ability to face himself and face life. And this is also partially the reason why sometimes Scientology is looked at with suspicion or a critical viewpoint, is because some people are in so bad shape with their mind and who they are, is they cannot face themselves at all. They don't want anybody looking into their lives even the slightest bit, because they're in the middle of doing sometimes some very horrible things as a routine. So if someone comes along and says, okay, well, let's get a greater insight into who you are and what you do, you talk to certain people and they will be very against that because they'll be found out. So, but that's kind of like the unhappy side of it. The happy side of it, the really good happy side of it, is the ability and happiness levels that you can achieve by doing auditing. Now, one of the cool things about auditing, and it's covered in this book, is that you do testing. And with testing, you kind of see how you're doing before the auditing and how you're doing after the auditing. And one of the things that's tested is IQ. Another is, your ability to how well you communicate, confront. Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you calm? Can you finish what you're starting? Are you able to, do you have accidents? Do you not have accidents? These kinds of things. And with auditing, with these exact techniques, you build up an ability to play the game of life. Now, there are different types of auditing. There is a simple auditing where you just have a book, and that's called book auditing. You can have a friend and you audit each other. There's also an assist. Assist is a very simple auditing, which relieves like an immediate present time, maybe injury, so you don't feel as much pain, or you can recover. It's not a substitute for first aid or medical treatment, but it gets rid of discomfort with great speed, and it's a very simple auditing. There's also group auditing. You're in a group. One person runs what's called the session. The time that you audit is called the session. There's objective auditing, which means objects. You're looking at the physical universe. You're getting acquainted with outward things, not your internal thoughts or feelings. And then there is something called subjective auditing. So now you're looking into your thoughts, your feelings, your mind, your sometimes memories. All of these things improve your ability to face and handle life, and they're done step by step. Sometimes the processes are very repetitive, so you keep running kind of the same thing, the same command or the same question, and you reach a point where you have a higher ability to confront about something, and then you just see something, your perception goes up, and you have a realization. And in Scientology, this is called a cognition. You'll have a cognition about something. Oh, I never realized, because something just became much more simple for you. And you do enough of auditing, and your IQ is going to go up and up. Like in my case, it went from 100 to 150 through the years. It didn't happen in 1 year. And you have gains. You feel better, and that's kind of a ground level of like what is auditing, a basics of what is auditing. You always make sure when you do it that you haven't taken any drugs previous or strong medications or alcohol, and you make sure that you've slept enough, that you've eaten good food, you get scheduled, and then in that time you show up and you do these processes, and you come out a better person step by step. Spiritual advancement. Someone else is supervising this, making sure that you're having enough gains and at the right speed and you're winning. And that's how auditing works. It's basically bringing you up until you're living life from a very, very high level. So there you go. If you have more questions, you can ask me. You can also go to Scientology.com, and if you go to any major organization, they will give you this book, An Introduction to Auditing, Illustrated Introduction to Auditing, and you can learn more about it. It's one of the three types of services that you can do in Scientology. Alright, give it a share and a like, and thanks for watching.